Hello everybody, this is Joanna and today I would like to share with you some items that I got from the Sephora Vib sale. I made me a big old glass here of iced coffee. I used to do this a long time ago before it became a thing with my mother's leftover coffee because I didn't like coffee then, but I would put a lot of milk and creamer in it and sugar. So this was leftover coffee and it was just something I did because it's not as cold outside. But I would like to share with you the items that I got from the Sephora VIB, the little 15% coupon that we got. I actually placed an online order and I also went into the store and bought some things. I have other things to share with you besides my Sephora, but since I'm going to title the video Sephora, I'm going to show you these things first. I hope that you like what I got and that many of you got some of the same things too, because I've been looking up some of the items that I got. So what I'm going to start with, I think, is what I have in the box. And I ordered 3 things. I took advantage of the 15%. It's not a whole lot, but it's a decent enough amount to get a few things. I took advantage of the 15% for the number one thing that I wanted more than anything was this palette. This lip palette, the Smashbox 25 years, our lips have been sealed Smashbox lip palette. And I haven't used this yet. Some of the things I have used, some of them I haven't. My 3 free samples were the Josie Maran Argan Cleansing Oil, which I'm going to try this tonight. And the Lancome Visionaire. I don't know if this is Nuit Beauty Sleep Perfector. I really like their Re-Energy Cream. Anytime that I would buy the Lancome Mascara, I usually get the jar samples, and I've never had to buy any because you know that stuff is like almost, it used to be 95, now it's up to 111 a jar. And because I have oily skin, I have to use it under my eyes, which it does work when I use it now that I'm older. I got this Dolce perfume sample. So I'm going to get on with what I got. This was my featured item that I wanted more than anything. And I'm going to show you the back of the box. I was trying to look at people's reviews on this, and I haven't touched it yet. I wanted to get into it. I've had this for days. I went the first day of the sale, and then I believe I went after work one day, maybe the day before the sale ended. So I don't know why it gave 2 films, but there is one inside. And this little pamphlet, I think, just tells, it says the Smashbox story. So I didn't even look at any of this. I don't know what it's about, but we're going to open this up. And like I said, I haven't touched any of these colors. So I'm going to try to show them to you as best I can without causing any kind of a commotion here. So I think what I'll do is I'll take that brush out so I can really put this up here and let you see it. And I had heard some reviews that this was actual lipstick. It's not like the Sephora one that I had, which I like that one too. But like I said, you could use those right up. But here are the colors, and I'm going to try to hold this so you can see it. And remember, guys, I'm recording from a cell phone. This would be a really great time to have a real camera, though. So I'm going to try to hold that so you can see it. And I like lip palettes. I wanted the Bobbi Brown one, but when I saw this one, I liked it more. And I was so worried that by the time I could ever get it, it would be sold out. And I know I just typed in Smashbox on here, and a lot of people did swatches of it. And for this, I believe you have 25 colors. Yes, 25 colors, and you get this lip brush. I have my own lip brushes. I can't find any of them, but I used to always buy the retractable kind. So I'm going to pause and put this back in the box so I don't do it any damage. The next thing I got, and I do know that my order online was like 125 or under. The next thing I got was I wanted this Laura Mercier setting powder because I had been looking at people's YouTube videos on this as well. And I opted to get the little bitty one for $23 since I have never used a setting powder before. A lot of the things that I'm learning from YouTube. Like I'm interested in contouring and all that. I probably wouldn't do a lot of that since I don't really wear makeup like they do. I generally put on a little foundation, powder, eyebrow pencil, lipstick. But I do want to try some of the things that they do that make their foundation look really, really nice. So most of the contour kits that I find are my complexion. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. But I wanted this setting powder to try over my foundations, and if this works out or I decide that I would like another one, I'd like to try the Cover Effects tinted one. And I might try an Urban Decay one. But since I've never used a setting powder and people had good recommendations on this one. And it comes with this little puff. And again, this little bitty container was $23. And you know, I remember when things this size were considered deluxe samples. The next thing I got, even though I do not have a lot of brushes, was I was watching a video by the Fancy Face when she showed how to use this. And I thought this was pretty and blue, but it's the Cinema Secrets brush cleaner. And it came with this little thing right here where I think you pour a little bit in here or either in the cap and clean your brushes. And I don't really have, I mean, every brush that I have is one that came with something. I have a blending brush and a couple of e.l.f. eyeshadow brushes. So I don't have any real brushes yet, but I do plan to get me a set of these Sigma brushes. So then I will have some brushes to clean, but right now I don't really have a lot of brushes. So my in-store purchases, let me see, because I went to Penny's. After this, I will have to tell you what I got as I pull it out. But my in-store purchases, I got a few things that I had been wanting. And I think this is the one where I might have spent $95 or $88 because apparently I was in Sephora during a time that I don't even recall that I was in there when I was going through my checkbook balancing it out. Okay, so everything I got from this particular sale was $88.22, and this was the most expensive item that I got. And this I can smell through the box. This is the NARS Laguna, is it Tear? I don't know how you say that flower bronzer. Now, I saw this when I was in there, I think whatever my last haul was. And I really like the way this smelled. Now, this one actually has a scent. And I can smell it even through the box. My chocolate palette and peach palette and all that, none of that smelled like it was supposed to me. You've heard me say the first time I thought that the weather affected it. I think that people hyped it up as having certain scents so much, or maybe theirs were scented and some weren't as heavily scented. But this you can actually smell. This was the one that when I was in the store and I was leaving, I tried some on. And I told the girl, I said, I tried on that bronzer back there and it matched my face. Like I put it on my nose. So I don't know if I could use a bronzer like a bronzer per se, but I like this because I can dust this on kind of like a powder, even though that's not the intent. But this actually does smell good. Like this is very, very highly fragrant. I can smell this just fine. And it comes with this little brush. Now, even though I wasn't sure that I wanted it, when I saw that they only had 3, and again, they could have just had 3 out, I had to get one because I don't have a contour brush. And since this came with a little one, it'd be a start for me. But this is what it looks like. And you get a good amount in here for $60. It was $59, but it's still $60. But if anyone out there has any of this stuff, let me know how you're using it. Or if any of you ladies of color find the dilemma that I do where the bronzers match your skin, let me know what you do with them. Now, I remember the Estee Lauder bronzers that were orange, and those are the ones that I like because those were back when I was in high school. If any of you remember when she first came out with those bronzers, on the little pamphlets that came with them, it said it could be used as an eyeshadow. If you mix it with a little Vaseline, it could be a lip color. I like that orange, and I think that I need to find 1 or 2 like that the next time I actually buy a bronzer, because this right here, I could see me using now the way that people dust it across their temples and things, which is what I intend to do. But I had to get this. My daughter now uses bronzer all over her face, and it looks very good on her. So I might have to watch it. She might take this. So that was the first thing I got in store. Then I saw this mask, and I wasn't really familiar with these, but I had been hearing about these here on YouTube. And I didn't know that these were like $6. So I had to get one. And since I could only get one, I started with the pearl. But I do think I want to try whatever the green and brightening one was. And this one was just $6. So I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to try this, but it'll be during next week when I'm off. The next 2 things or 3 things that I got were Anastasia. Because as you heard me say, both our Ulta and Sephora got their products, or Ulta has them online so far, and Sephora had them online and said they wouldn't get them in the store, and they did. So I got this eyeshadow here in Rosette, and I had to make sure that I went through all of my Anastasia palettes so that I didn't repeat colors, but I do want more of these. And I'm going to put them in that little Z palette that I got for my Makeup Geek shadows instead of getting the 4-pan palette that you get for free, unless I get more of these, because I do want some other colors. This one's Rosette, and I got this one because I broke one of my prescriptive shadows. It was this color that I ended up liking a lot, and I haven't tried that on. Now, these other two products here is the Sepia Gloss. I have worn both of these. This is kind of like my Madeline Gloss by NYX. You can see it on me, but it's one of those colors I can wear to work, wear every day. It blends on my skin. I can be sitting on a bus somewhere without a mirror and put a little on. I like this one. And I really love that purple one that I got that I have been wearing. But this one right here is Sad Girl. I wore this to work, even though it's a deep color. And here, I'm going to open this one up and show it to you too. I wore this one from the day that I got it, when I put it on that night, and then I've been wearing it ever since up to yesterday. Now this one is Sepia, and I know you can bear it, but that's about the color that it is on my lips. Like, you can see it on my lips. It's just a nice blend. But this one, I want more of whatever this formula or, you know, finish is supposed to be. And this stayed on like it was matte, and it stayed on most of my day, and I do 10-hour days now, and it's a lot prettier than what it's looking like here. I'll try to move my hand so you can see, like, that frostiness that you kind of see. That's how it looks on the lips. It's very pretty. And I had looked at somebody's Instagram pictures, and that was what made me decide to get that, and I'm very glad that I did. Now we're going to move on to the rest of my purchases. I believe that's all that I got from Sephora. And see how I tried to wipe that off my hand? It definitely holds. So, let's see. We're going to start with this Penny's bag that I had, because that same day I went to JCPenney's and I got some polish. As you know, I wanted 2 or 3 more shades, I said, from the New Orleans OPI collection. And I wanted 2 of the Morgan Taylors. So I got the She's a Bad Muffaletta. And I think I'm going to get that Budapest one that's been out for a while, and I'm just now deciding I want it, even though I have a Sinful Colors one that's close. The next time I see that, I'm going to get it. Because this was kind of pretty and different. Like, if they had anything like this, I never picked it up. Like their Collins Avenue. And then I got the, what is this? Kung Fuchsia. I was going to get a big bottle, but since they had the little bottles, that was enough for me. And the Pro Wrinkle, I cannot say that. These were from the Kung Fu line. And I do want the 2 nudes from whatever is out right now. So I'm going to pause this and put some of this up. Now, today's purchase, I went out and finally got my hands on 7 of the 12 China Glaze Light Brights, because I saw someone's tutorial that I want to try, and I might try my hand at that tonight, but I do work the next 3 days. And I think she charged me $4 per bottle, because I asked her how much 6 would cost. Or did I say 5 or 6? And she said, I think I said 5, and she said $26. And then I added 2 more, and I got all 7 of these for a total of $32.10, because she kind of gives me a little discount in there somewhere. And she's holding the other 5 that I didn't get, plus 1 of the Morgan Taylor nudes, because 1 she sold out of. And I love her, because she will hold stuff for me, because she knows I'm going to salivate over it. My loose color that I have here is Lime After Lime. And I do have, I don't know what those colors are, but Be More Pacific was one of them. I don't think this is like just like that, but it's close. I think somebody made a comparison on here, but I wanted all of these because I plan to do a whole lot with these and follow tutorials that I've seen. Okay. My first set of 3 that I have here, and I will say I'll pink to that. 3 of the ones that I wanted were in the tutorial, and then I picked the other 4 around those 3 that I wanted right away. So I have here Lip Smacking Good. I believe that was one used in the tutorial. I have Papa Don't Preach. And I think she put this one on top of this one. It's the sponged part that I want to do, though, like she did. I don't know if her name was Twi-Star or something. I'll need to look that up. But she did a beautiful look with these. And I have I'll Pink to That. So those are the first 4 that I got. And what I did was I picked out the colors that I knew I couldn't live without. The ones that I knew I wanted first. Okay, these two were also in the tutorial. I have here What I Like About Blue. And of course, Let's Jam. I had to get this. This is like a frosty lavender. And then I have We Got the Beat. And I do understand that the We Got the Beat and the Papa Don't Peach here are their two textured polishes. All right, I'm going to put this up and we're going to move on to Bath and Body Works. Now for Bath and Body Works, I placed a simple order because this was the item that I wanted. I went back to the store. Like when I was in the store just 3 days before my pay, they had several of these, a couple of the Honolulus, and that Tiki Mango one that I think I want to try on the hand soap, even though I said I didn't like the body care. Well, I went back. They were sold out. They had it online, and I had a coupon for, I don't think it was free shipping. I think it was just 20% off. So I wasn't sure that I liked these in the store because I felt like it made my hands dry. It could have just been whatever else I had on my hands before I washed them. But in the summertime, because we don't need a lot of moisturization, this might be perfect. And these are the soaps with the coconut milk, the hand soap with the coconut milk. And I got Waikiki Beach Coconut. And if I could have, I would have gotten that Tiki Mango one. And then I got this Wallflower. This was $7 and this was $6. And I didn't know they had a Wallflower in the Waikiki Beach Coconut. So I got one of these. And that was all that I got from Bath and Body Works. So proud of myself because we both know that's not all that I wanted. Also, you guys know that all the new stuff is coming out. We don't have it yet, and I'm watching every tutorial that I can find on YouTube. The last and final thing I have here from my nail stamping ladies is my Amazon order. And this I was most excited about. I had given up on the CC and Sissy plates, but I did want the other sets because I had the first 4. And I actually bought the last 2 because I had the first 2. But this last set, this turquoise set in particular, I really liked. And I got it because I loved it. I also got my hands on the Edubus plates. And here's a little stamper that comes with this, and this one is unmarred. So usually I keep these, and like if I do giveaways and or a friend I'm getting into stamping doesn't have a stamper, I give them this one. So I hold on to that. But because of someone else's tutorial that I saw that I mentioned a while back, I was collecting polishes, and this was the one that I didn't have, and this is called Pink Beige. And I had everything that she used, and I forgot what her name is too. I'll have to go back and look that up. As I get this information together, I will put it in the description box about each lady who did a tutorial that I like. And this is Pink Beige that came off of Amazon. And then these Edubus plates, when I was seeing people's videos, I had to have these. They are etched thicker than what I thought. They're not super thick. The way that I felt like... I don't know what plates I had, those CC and Sissy holiday plates, but these were pretty, and you guys have already seen these all over the internet, so I'm late to the game on these. But I love them nonetheless, and I was worried that they would sell out. So I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. If I'm just going to, I'll probably do a plain stamping because I have to get up in the morning and I work 3 days. And I don't want to do something complicated and then have it tear up. And I'd like to keep on the tutorial that I try. I would like to keep that on at least maybe 2 days. Because generally, you guys know, I will take something off and then I won't replace it. I'm sorry, let me back up. You guys know that I will do my nails a certain way and I just about change it daily. And what I'm trying to say is when I try her tutorial, I would like to keep that on for a day or 2 or however long it will last. So I'm just going to take these out, and I don't know what order these in, but I've noticed that they have names on them. So this is CC and Sissy number 31, and it's Delicate Motif. And I'm at 19 minutes, so I know this is a long video for me. And I don't want my thing to cut off. It's not counting down on me, though. The next plate in this collection, and I love that this is turquoise, is plate number 32, and it's called Fun Stuff. And see, that's going to make me go back and look at my other plates and see if they have names. But I really like each of these plates. And it looks like the images aren't etched like super thick. Like it looks like they're etched just right on most of them. And I apologize if you can't see this good. I'm trying to hold it so you can. And I definitely know that I probably want to use one of these tonight. So I might just do a plain stamping. The next one is Ethnic Elements. And I also have a couple of, I think I have another blogger plate I haven't touched. I have an infinity plate that I haven't touched. And I don't know if I have another Bundle Monster plate that I haven't touched or if it's the blogger one that I'm thinking about. But I do know, I've just now decided I want the Bundle Monster Coachella plates. I didn't want them at first, and I do now. I'm always deciding late. This one is called East Style. And it's got a little lady on here, but I don't like the face on this one. I like when they make the pretty faces. It's just a plain one. But I do like this plate nonetheless. And there's only one more after this one. This one is called Magical Geometry. And see, I like this. One of the plates is a little thicker than this, but this one gives you thinner lines. Whereas this one right here kind of gave thicker lines. Let me see, I'm trying to... Okay, there's that one right there. And then there's this one right here. I don't think there's any way I can hold that so you can see them both. And the very last plate in this collection, again, I liked it, but I would like a plate with more detailed, smaller paisley, so you get it all over your nails. But this one is the last one, and it had a name in here somewhere, I thought. Paisley Gallery. Now this is, again, it's etched kind of thick, but that's okay, because this is a kind you could fill in, and I haven't tried that yet. But I do wish that there'd be a plate, or if anyone knows of a plate that has smaller paisley. I have the Bundle Monster one. I have the one that is by Moyu London, kind of. You know, I think somebody should just make paisley plates, different paisley. I'm surprised I like paisley print. I think when I was a kid, I didn't. I think I couldn't stand it or plaid. Because I associated plaid with the clothing, and it was always wool and it was always itchy, but I love it now. And this concludes my entire haul for my Sephora. These are things I got in the mail from Amazon, my Bath and Body Works. So if you guys have any suggestions on anything, or if you have any of the stuff that I have, I welcome to hear what you think about it, be it good or bad. So until the next time, everyone have a great day. And if you haven't watched the video where I'm having that giveaway, go ahead and find that and just follow the direction. It's not a big direction if you know me. And until the next time, everyone have a wonderful evening.